Hello everyone, thanks for joining me back in the Allan block workshop. Today I'm going to show you how to use the elevation worksheet in AB walls. What I want to do is create a front profile of the retaining wall that will be used to model your site geometry and calculate the total number of blocks. Let's share my screen to show you how to do this. To create this front profile of the wall, I am going to interact with a table towards the bottom of the screen in the site plan. I need to provide the top, grade, and bottom elevations at various points along my wall, called stations. Think of stations as the sum of the distance traveled along the wall up to that point. Looking at my site plan in front of me, I also want to be aware of how I am entering this information into the table. With AB walls, the convention is to input values from left to right as if you were on the low elevation side looking back towards the wall. I have already oriented our example with the high elevation towards the top of my page. Starting on the left side of the page, I will enter the top, grade, and bottom elevations, either provided as callouts or using the contour lines. Typically, the site surveyor does not know the designed bottom of the wall for the project, so I will tell the software how much block will be buried. Industry convention is a minimum of 6 inches or 1 inch per 1 foot of wall height, with additional embedment needed if slopes are present below the wall preventing undermining. If I want to apply a certain amount of buried block, I can use the minimum buried block cell located in the bottom left of the screen. Simply set the grade, amounts of buried block, and with your cursor in the grade cell, press the Enter button on your keyboard to perform the subtraction. Lastly, I will give it the station value of 0 since this is the start of the wall. Repeating the process for the rest of the wall, I now have a table that will describe how my wall will look. I can hit the Draw Elevation button to generate the wall in the visual field above the table. I see a shape with 2 colors, tan and brown. If I want to zoom in and get more detail, I can click the light blue square located below Draw Elevation, or hold the Control on my keyboard and zoom using the mouse wheel. The tan represents the exposed face of the wall, and the brown is the buried blocks. Use this to verify the entered values are correct and make sense for the proposed retaining wall. Once the wall is completed in Profile View, we want to talk about the benchmark cell in the bottom left corner. The benchmark defaults to 0 or sea level. To set a datum elevation on the wall for a reference height, I can enter a value in this cell. This will help designers with the ability to control where the wall could finish if aligned to the tallest point of the wall, for example. After I put in the desired value, I will click the Block button located on the left side of the screen. This button will use the benchmarked elevation to align the wall profile we just created to the segmental block dimensions I am designing with. The values I had inputted for the top and bottom have shifted slightly to accommodate. Now I have completed the elevation profile that is aligned to the segmental block dimensions. Using this area, AB walls will be able to calculate the total number of blocks needed for my design. In addition, I have a front view profile which can be included in the design packet to follow Allan Block's best practices for submittal guidelines. For more videos using AB walls, see allanblock.com. Always better, always Allan Block.